Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. Constance here. Thought I would bring you out with me while I got some work done today. I need to refill my feed can out here. With some Sophie and Amos feed. Oh. And then I'm going to rotate a portion of their fence. And I figured that while I'm doing that, we could chat. I could share some, I could answer some questions that I've been getting asked about a few things. Time for some Sophie and Amos treats. 2 for each. What have I got? What have I got, Sophie? Oh, there you go, Amos. Hi, baby girl. There you go. I'll have to get you some more water while I'm out here too, huh? Crunch, crunch. Sophie! I don't have any more, see? I got a brush. He's such a punk. She loves to be brushed. He does not. Hi, baby. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Your favorite, huh? Yeah. Oh, yes. No, yes. No. Yes. No. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me. If not, I will have to refilm this all over again in a day or so. At least the conversation portion. So I've had a lot of people asking, why the heck did you move to Arkansas? And I think that a lot of those people probably didn't see the video back in January, I believe it was, where I made the announcement of us moving. And in that video, I kind of explained in that announcement that, you know, the reason we were moving was totally a God thing. And it was. And I need some scissors. So I won't go back into all of that part. If you are curious, you can go watch the video where I kind of explained it. I'll put a link to that down below. But just to kind of expound on it a little bit, you know, this was a God thing. We are here because for some reason, the Lord wants us here. Whether or not I have figured out why remains to be seen. I have some inklings, but I don't know that my inklings are the Lord's purpose. I may never know. We may never find out why. But we don't have to know why to be obedient to the Lord. When the Lord says do something, you do it. And so that's why we're in Arkansas. But that said, why did we pick here specifically? When it came time for us to find our house, my main concern was Mr. Smith being happy. I wanted him to love where we were. I wanted him to love our new home and not regret it. So while this property is very, very different from our Alabama homestead, and while it does have a few challenges, and the house is a fixer-upper, to be quite honest, I don't think we have any regrets choosing this house. It's serene. This property is serene, and it is beautiful. I know some mornings, like this morning, I got done doing chores and I was in the sitting area in my rocking chair thinking to myself, I really need to get some work done. But it was really hard to move from that spot. You know, we had felt drawn to the mountains for quite a while, and we know that the Lord was saying Arkansas. And the assumption you make when you hear, okay, mountains in Arkansas, is it must be the Ozarks, right? I mean, that was the assumption that I made, because it seems like everybody and their brother wants to move to the Ozarks, because the Ozarks are just amazing. And when we were just kind of playing around with the idea, but weren't 100% certain yet, we were seeing some amazing houses in the Ozarks. But when it came time that, yes, this is what the Lord wants, and it was time for us to find our property, we weren't seeing anything in the Ozarks. And I mentioned in a video quite a while ago, I kind of described this area, how you have the Ozark Mountains to the north, you have the Ouachita Mountains to the south, which is kind of central Arkansas, and then you've got the river valley that runs in between. Well, we aren't in the Ozarks. We're very near the Ozarks, and my P.O. box is in the town of Ozark, but we don't live in the Ozarks. When we set up our P.O. box, I set it up in a town that I knew I was going to be going to a lot because my dear, sweet, amazing friend lives there. I have fellowship there. I travel there all the time. And so that's where I set up my P.O. box. But for privacy reasons, it's not where we live. I have mentioned, though, that we are in the River Valley region. I've mentioned it a few times. I've mentioned it on social media, and I think I've said it in a video or two. We're in the River Valley, and it may be called the River Valley region, but there's lots of mountains in the River Valley. Of course, it gets its name, River Valley, from it being the Arkansas River. Kind of like the Tennessee River Valley when we lived there in Alabama. Like I said, there's lots of mountains in the River Valley. Lots of mountain ranges, some smaller, some larger. I believe a few of them are considered part of the Ozarks. Some of them are considered part of the Ouachita Mountains. The mountain range that we live in is called the Washburn Mountains, and it is part of the Ouachita region, the Ouachita Mountains, but we're kind of in that in-between area where we're almost the Ozarks, almost the Ouachitas, sorta, kinda, but we're definitely the River Valley. You know, we saw lots of properties that were kind of promising in the Ozarks, but when it really came down to it, not only did we need a property that we loved and was right for us, we also needed to think about other aspects like employment. If we are an hour and a half deep into the winding, treacherous mountains. Kind of hard to find jobs that way. And considering the fact that our son and daughter-in-law and grandbaby were moving here as well, and we're going to be living with us at least for a little while, they needed jobs too. And so we were mindful about that. So are we in a very secluded, quiet area? Mm-hmm. Are we in the mountains of Arkansas? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Do we live in the boonies? Absolutely, and I love it. But we are a reasonable drive that if we needed to, we could commute. And that was important to us as well. So like I said, there was this call to Arkansas, but it wasn't specifically to the Ozarks. Some people are feeling a call to the Ozarks. And if that's the Lord's purpose for them, that's the Lord's purpose for them. We don't believe that's what we were getting. We were just getting Arkansas, Arkansas, Arkansas. And so here we are. We're in Arkansas. So where we are, we've got easy access to places like the city of Fort Smith, where if we needed to, I or Mr. Smith could potentially get employment. Family can get employment. All of the stores are there. Lowe's, Home Depot, Aldi's, etc. And then about an hour and a half away or so, you've got the metropolis of the whole Fayetteville area. Man, it's a beautiful drive going up there, and you're just in these rugged, rugged mountains that remind me so much of Alaska. And then you come over this hill and boom, it's a sprawling city. And that's, of course, got everything like Whole Foods and all of that civilized stuff. So I guess I just say all that because I've had so many people reach out to me trying to find property in the Ozarks. And I think they just make the assumption that if you're wanting to live in the mountains in Arkansas, that you have to live in the Ozarks. There's a lot more mountains in Arkansas than the Ozarks. The Ouachitas are just as beautiful and stunning and breathtaking and tear-evoking beauty than, or as the Ozarks are. And I have no regrets moving here. It's a little more of a fixer-upper, this house, than we thought it was going to be. But we know we are exactly where the Lord wanted us to be. And when we came and looked at this property, when I walked this property the first time and I walked down there by that creek, all I could think was, I can't believe I could live here. I felt like I'd come home. And that's all we need to know. Can you tell they're anxious to get over here? Can they pace anymore? Can I help you? Hi.
I'm looking for Cosmopolitan Cornbread.
That is me.
Cosmopolitan Cornbread. My name is Charles.
I am so happy to meet you.
Well, I figured you'd be.
I've heard all about you.
I'm sure you have.
Mm-hmm.
I lived here 23 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you've seen what I've done. Now you've not been up the mountain yet.
I have.
Have you?
I have.
Down here.
I just haven't.
No, I'm talking about up on
Oh, okay.
up on top of the mountain.
There's a. Did you take the bench all the way up there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, all the way up
Yep.
there.
As a matter of fact, I have a picture of that. It's like the screensaver on my phone
Oh yeah. Oh
from
yeah.
that bench.
Oh, I'll be danged.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful view.
It is. It's amazing.
Well, it was nice meeting you. My friends.
Yeah, you too. You too. Y'all, I'm out here working, and I just had a surprise visit from the man who did all the stonework here on this property. His name is Charlie, and I look forward to getting a chance to visit with him.